What is the best Crohn's treatment plan? What is the Crohn's disease treatment plan that is actually going to address the root cause of your Crohn's symptoms? Because if you go to your GI doctor and you ask him what the root cause is, he's just going to look at you like an idiot and tell you to go on drugs for the rest of your life that only suppress the Crohn's symptoms and do nothing for the root cause. They have spent billions of dollars trying to figure out, that billions of dollars in research every single year that they spend on Crohn's disease, absolutely none of it is going towards the root cause. But we know the root cause. We live in a society where people are going to outer space. We have phones in our pockets that can send a message across the world. It is bullshit that we don't know the root cause. And so there was a doctor called Dr. Hammer. He created something called German New Medicine. It is a new way of looking at how our body works. And he had, listen to this, he had a 90% success rate with terminal cancer. Crohn's was a walk in the park for him. And so when I started using German New Medicine to address my Crohn's symptoms, to address the root cause of my Crohn's disease, that is when I got better. I gained 20, 30 pounds in just a few months. And this is after years of dangerous, expensive drugs and years of diets and thousands of dollars in supplements. I was so fearful. I was so scared that I would be stuck on these drugs for the rest of my life. They costed hundreds of dollars a month, and they had a side effect of cancer. And I've seen people die of this cancer before. And it did not ease my conscience that when I sat in these chairs and was getting this toxic sludge, dripped into me, the people next to me did not look healthy at all. So I want to share with you the actual root cause so that you can get better for good. This is the Crohn's treatment plan that I use for myself and for all of my students. Imagine not being fearful of Crohn's disease. What would you do with all that extra brain power and all that extra energy? Would you go out with your friends, go out with your family, go out and try to find a boyfriend or girlfriend or spend time with your current significant other? You can be free of this nightmare. All you have to do is to address the root cause of the problem. So here, find the root cause. And so what Dr. Hammer saw is that Crohn's disease was caused by a stressful event that caught somebody off guard. So what was the conflict? For me, it was a bad breakup, getting in a bad fight with my parents when I was younger. It usually has to do something with work, remodeling a house, buying property. It's what was very stressful in your life. What do you spend the majority of your brain power obsessing about? That is probably what caused your Crohn's. Some of you have multiple things that you're stressed out about, but there's some thought, some stressful thought bouncing around in your head that is putting your organ, your small intestine into overdrive. So the next thing is, how do we address this root cause? How do we address this? How do we fix this? So what is the change we need to make in our life? What is the change we need to make in our life? What skills do we need to acquire to make this conflict impossible to experience? So let's think about this. I got broken up with, and that is what caused my gut to develop extra gut cells to help me digest women. I couldn't digest what attracted women, why did they behave the way that they do. My gut is trying to develop extra gut cells to help me digest and absorb female behavior. And then when I would get into a new relationship, my body would get rid of these extra gut cells, and that is when I would get the diarrhea and the gut pain and gas, which, is wonderful for when you go out on a date. It's, how fearful are you of going out on a date and then having to go to the bathroom 5 times while you're out on that date? It is not fun. It is hard to build attraction with a woman or with a man when you're having to go to the bathroom 5 times in just one afternoon. It's not possible, and it's not fun for anybody. You get there and you use their bathroom for the first. It's very embarrassing, and they don't have spray. They don't have the soft toilet paper that you like. It's not fun. I've been there. But just follow this, and it will you can live a life free where you only go to the bathroom 1 or 2 or 3 times a day, like a normal person. and they'll be nice, informed, no more gut pain. Just imagine your life like that again. My brother, so let's use him as an example. He got broken up with. Why didn't he experience a lot of stress when he got broken up with? Because he was a ladies' man. All the ladies loved him. He wasn't stressed out when he got out of a relationship. He was just like, oh, okay, all right, I'll just go find another woman. For me, I was a dork. I was skinny. So it was very stressful when I got broken up with, for me to find a new relationship, because it was very difficult for me. So what are the changes I need to make in my life to be better with women? Get education, go to the gym, get a better job, dress better, comb my hair. Those things make you more attractive, and you will no longer feel like a refugee or an orphan when you get broken up with. How do you become more attractive? So these are the ways you need to think about your problems. Who do I need to become? What skills do I need to acquire? What changes do I need to make in my life to make this conflict impossible to experience? And so the third thing we need to do is to stop blaming food, stop blaming energy and nutrients. What a lot of people do is that they resolve their conflict. So let's say I get a job promotion. I had this really crappy job and I find a new job. And so my boss did something that was the conflict shock that put my gut into overdrive. I was very stressed out about it. I said, screw this. You know what? I'm going to find a new job. I finally get that new job, everything that I want. And then I go out to a nice steak dinner to celebrate. I get a big steak and I get a big milkshake. I eat that and then I come home, and that's when the bloody diarrhea starts. So what was happening, I was celebrating the conflict resolution. Developing extra gut cells, I celebrate, get rid of those extra gut cells. And so what a lot of people do is they'll blame the steak, they'll blame the milkshake that they've eaten a million times before, where in reality it is the conflict resolution that is causing these symptoms. Do not blame energy and nutrients. All food is safe. Imagine how awesome your life will be when you don't have to do this gluten-free bullshit anymore. You can eat the staff of life. You can eat the body of Christ. If you are a Christian and you are not eating bread, you are a Christian with this little faith. Yes, I know that's offensive, but you need to get your head out of your ass and practice what you preach. You have zero faith if you won't eat the body of Christ. So what you need to do is unfollow all this holistic nonsense where they're making you afraid of all these foods. Yes, I agree, you should eat organic and all this stuff, but why are all your friends and family not eating organic and they have perfectly formed stools, they have perfect digestion? Why, when you switch to a holistic diet, you still have horrible digestion? And it's not getting any better, because every time you go back to these old foods, these symptoms come roaring back. That's avoiding the problem. It's not fixing the problem. So, stop blaming food. Start viewing all foods as safe. And then what you need to do is you're going to have these symptoms depending on these resolutions. You need to celebrate symptoms. And when you get symptoms, you ask yourself, what's the stressful situation? What stressful situation did I resolve? Understand your symptoms. And we do that by learning GNM, learning what your body is actually doing. Modern medicine, holistic medicine has zero idea what is going on in your body, and it's just going to create tons of anxiety. You think holistic medicine is better than modern medicine? Holistic medicine will make you scared of the Wi-Fi in your room. It'll make you scared of touching plastic. Holistic medicine is insane. It's just as bad, if not worse, than modern medicine when it comes to keeping you at peace. When you are afraid for your life, what your body does is it puts organs into overdrive to try to protect you. You need to be at safe. You need to be at peace. That's what we're trying to do here. So the best way to do that is to watch my channel and just to learn the basics of GNM, so you're not afraid of your symptoms anymore and you actually know what's causing your symptoms. Your brain controls your whole body. Your brain controls your whole body. That is a principle you need to understand. So guys, what I want you to do is go down in the description below, and I'm going to show you the best Crohn's treatment plan. We're going to go over this 4-step process, but in much more detail. And I'm going to give you a free PDF that goes into much more detail on how how to use this Crohn's treatment plan. I've used it, my students use it. Go down below and click on this. Imagine living a life where you can eat whatever food that you want. Imagine how much brain power you will have, and when you're not constantly stressed out about what am I going to do? How am I going to get all this money to pay for these drugs that do absolutely nothing and they might give me cancer? Imagine being free of all that. Imagine how much fun you can have. Imagine how much traveling you can do. Imagine what is it that you want to do? What is Crohn's disease keeping you from doing? You can do that, but you have to address the root cause. And the best way for you to do that is to click on my 30-day plan. It's down below. It's absolutely free, and it will save your life. You need to do this. Go click on it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.